Hello and welcome to the Van Bottom Files special presentation of The Numbers Game.
Yes, it's one of our special, regularly occurring edition episodes.
Where we regurgitate a number of ideas about minimalism and finance stolen from other videos.
Add up the bullet points and create a catchy
Clickbait title.
And I'm your host, Eric Van Bottomfeeder.
VAN, B for Bob, OTT, OM for Mary. If this show adds any value to you at all, you may be strange enough to make a PayPal donation, become my Patreon saint, or rock up to my house and slip a 50 in my pants while I perform for my
Only fan.
So please do. And yes, this is our Virgin Numbers episode, so please don't go about breaking our wheels weeks in advance. We'd like it to be special. Now, we're a bit late starting today, folks. I had a hard time getting in the studio this morning. Kept ringing the doorbell and you wouldn't answer, would you, Simon? Had to sit in the car eating my sandwiches. Sitting in the car eating my sandwiches. Kept ringing the doorbell and you wouldn't answer, would you, Simon? Is it too early to give our fans a nickname?
Which do you prefer, by the way, when we've got some?
The Bottom Feeders or Eric's Boys?
Alright, we'll get the show started if it's that big a deal to you.
Although I have my reservations about this one. To be honest, I don't really think much of this video idea, Simon. Sorry to say. This simple living crap. Take it from me, Simon. Simplifying your life's not all it's cracked on to be. Don't believe me? Well, listen to this piece of wisdom. Straight from your bottom feeder. In Hamilton, my hometown, I'm known as being the biggest simpleton around. Yes, that's right. People expect the very bare minimum of me, and I can't wait to drive away and get to the studio once a week to hit the airwaves with you. So think about that. Okay, today's video is 10 things I no longer buy about you. So let's grab your snorkel and dive right in. Number 1 is menstrual cups. I no longer buy menstrual cups. I don't see the need, not since my wife left me and moved out and told me to go fuck myself. She hasn't been back, so I just stopped buying them. I save a lot of money and it's less waste, which is really sustainable and great for the earthworms. And judging from replies or lack of on my okay then stupid profile, I don't think I'll have any reason to buy them ever again, which is great. Of course, I have no reason to buy condoms either, but I do still buy tampons. For reasons I'd rather not go into. It's a personal boundary. Number 2 is soaps. I no longer buy soaps.
Every birthday, Christmas, New Year's and Grand Final Day, Mum gives me a massive hamper.
And I've still got 5 million of them in the cupboard, so I've also realised we're pretty clean creatures, us humans, so other than de-cheesing my groin and getting rid of that fishy stench under my armpits, the rest of my body doesn't need a lot of attention other than my bum crack. But I'm pretty hairy down there, so that keeps a lot of the dirt and gunk from getting in there on the crack. And I just find once a day in the shower, scoop a finger in there with a bit of hot water and get rid of the remaining poo particles left over from any hasty wiping efforts. So that's really good too, and sustainable.
Just be wary though, because the consistency and smell can vary depending on what you've eaten.
But I won't get into that. You guys might already know this.
But that's a personal boundary of mine. I don't feel comfortable sharing
what I eat. Anyway, back to my poo.
At this stage, I like to remember Mum's old saying.
Clean hands makes clean salad. So I usually just give it a sniff test just to make sure my finger is clean before I pick my nose or anything else. Otherwise, that'd be gross. Number 3 is Dino Riders, or any toy figures really, addictive knickknacks that people collect. I remember I once bought a T-Rex with my birthday money, but I don't see the point buying them anymore. I'm a grown man, I'm not a loser, I collected them for years, so I've got hundreds of them, and I'll just play with those ones. Number 4 is a laundry basket. I no longer buy laundry baskets. What I'll do instead is I'll use the one I've already got. It's cheaper than buying another one and it's really sustainable. Otherwise, I'll just chuck my dirty jocks on the floor, pick them up the next day, and just wear them again. Easy. Number 5 is glassware. I no longer buy glassware. I was using mason jars to drink from, but that's not sustainable because you look like a douchebag and people want to punch you. So I switched to flower pots and then vases. But I found their long necks were really cluttering up my vertical space. And I've always been someone who needs a lot of vertical space. I'm really in touch with that part of me. So now I just drink from the toilet bowl. I know what you're thinking. It would have taken a bit of getting used to. But Maxine, my neighbour's dog, gave me a few pointers and it's all natural now. Really good to combine with your favourite yoga poses and it's sustainable. But of course I'm using a filter, so I'm not a complete idiot. Number 6 is period panties. I'm actually freeballing these days. Just kidding, folks. Number 6 is nappies. I no longer buy nappies. My kids are all grown up and I'm freeballing now. That bit was true. They don't seem to be stocking my size anymore, unfortunately. And I started to get a few funny looks as well that didn't help when the fumigators came around for their annual torching of the spiders. So I thought it was time. Why the manhole has to be in my ensuite though, I'll never know. Nobody needs to see my cultivated body garments. That's a personal boundary of mine. Of course, if it's a particularly difficult time of the month, I'll make sure to stay close to home base where I am now, record my shows from the porcelain throne, as they say. Full disclosure though, I have a strict rule, wheeze only during recordings, but there has been some breaches lately, so apologies for that. Number 7 is paper towels or sponges. I no longer buy paper towels or sponges because I am one. Just kidding. No, the truth is much worse. So I never clean my kitchen, so there's no point, and they make terrible toilet paper substitutes on those rainy or runny days. Don't ask me how I know this, it's a personal boundary and I'll punch you in the face. If I do have a kitchen spill, I'll just let the sun dry it up. It's more sustainable. Or if it's a really big one, my neighbour's dog has got a really absorbent tongue and a cheery disposition, and it feels really good no matter where she licks me, so that helps take my mind off it. And yes, I'd love to share more about that with you. It's not a personal boundary of mine, but it is for Maxine, I'm sorry, so I'll have to respect her wishes on that one. And there you have it, 7 things I no longer buy about you. Didn't quite make it to 10, did we folks? But I'm not a machine like you other freaks. I do run out of shit to spew after a while. I don't know how you guys do it, to be honest. My bowels are empty. Oh, hang on a minute. My tummy's rumbling. I think I'm about to get the shit, Simon. Number 8, 9 and 10. Things I no longer buy about you. About to come out loose and watery. Here we go. Your mixed messages, your affiliate links, and your repetitive farking videos. I don't buy it. You're full of shit.
And you all in it for the money.
And that's why I look up to you guys.
And why I'm desperate to follow in your footsteps.
You beautiful, beautiful freaks.
Okay, that's the end of the show, folks. Of course, I'll start buying some of these things again soon and not buying others, so I can make a follow-up video with an updated list, depending on how much revenue this one makes. So click on my links and stay tuned for that. And as always, in the meantime, take care of your mum for me, Simon, that foxy, foxy lady, and I'll see you in the next one. Sorry folks, me again. Simon's dragged me back to the studio. Apparently we've got a few minutes left that we need to fulfill our obligations, or else we lose our bond on the studio. I made it to the car park actually before Simon pulled me back, but that's okay because some bastard had blocked me in anyway. Seriously folks, we don't park over the lines for no reason, do we? No, we do it because we want 2 car parks, not 1.5. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by the selfish motorists out there who choose to park next to us. But anyway, Simon was there to help me with that one. Help me with my nose. I wasn't expecting him to hit like that, were you, Simon? No. Shame you weren't that interested to get me inside this morning when I arrived though, Simon. I could have eaten my sandwiches in your mum's kitchen, if you know what I mean. Could have let Kathleen hoover up my crumbs and protected the Camry. Anyway, folks, we thought we'd read out some feedback. We've got a lovely email here from Marshall again. Another one. Long-time listener, long-time cunt. Now, Marshall told me to go fuck myself this morning, which is a little bit different. He usually tells me to eat shit and die too. So thank you, Marshall. But see, I take that as a compliment, Simon, because he cared enough to click. And I respect that. He paid me some money. I think that's part of my appeal actually, Simon, with the youth. I'm a bit like that Kim lady that Marshall's always going on about. The slim Kim lady he's always writing about in his emails. Because I'm like a head case to listen to. Because I'm only giving you someone to laugh about with your friends inside your living room. The only difference is I've got the gall to say it in front of you all, and I don't got to be accurate or sugarcoat it at all. I just get on the mic and spit it, and whether you like to admit it, I just shit it better than 90% of you YouTubers out there. Beautiful words. Thank you, Marshall. How your appeal has finally waned over the years, I'll never know. I haven't been this equal parts confused as I am accepting since I first squirted out my Johnson. It was like I had my own tartare sauce faucet attached to God's wonderful creation. Those dry tugs in the early days were the most fun though, weren't they, Simon?
Nicer on Mum's couch cushions too.
And easier to do at the library.
Okay folks, that's it for real this time. I'm fucking off out of here.
Gonna hit up the donut shop.
As soon as that prick lets me out of the car park.
So, I'll see you next time. My 10 minutes is up. Goodbye.